There we are. Hello everyone, welcome. Nice to be back. Today we're going to play a little bit more Foundation, so I'm excited to see how that goes. There we are. Hello everyone, welcome. Nice to be back. Hold on a moment. There we are. Don't mind me. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, let's get to it. Booting up the game right now. There it is. I'm always surprised at how long this game takes to load, because I've got a pretty decent computer here, but I guess this game in particular just loads a lot of things at once and has to look nice doing it, so I suppose that makes sense. Alright, we are going to continue where we left off last time. And we are here in this area that's currently fully done. That's right, we added our little tax place. Next we enacted taxes, already done. We just need to build a manor house that has a bailiff office as well. Nope, we're going to edit this one. Add a sub-building. Looks like bailiff offices don't exist yet, so I've got to research that maybe. Bailiff office, that's the one. Costs me 5 coins. Easy enough. Oh, wait. I need 25 labor splendor to be able to get to there, and I've only got 2 splendor? Well, that's no good. Let's see here. Where is everyone? Oh, game's paused. That's right. Okay. Alright. Got an extra woodcutter there from the last time. We'll add another one. And we still have one person who's unemployed. Okay. Got some housing. I guess we've got 9 labor splendor, according to this. Which we need 25, so we got a ways to go. So to get more labor splendor, we need to have more impressive buildings. Now this is still being built. I don't know that any of the additions are adding any sort of splendor to it, but let's double check. If we edit the building. Okay, that gives us 3 labor splendor. It's just decorative, which makes sense. And that's it. Okay, well I'm not going to add it to there because for right now these 2 buildings kind of have a range of undesirable housing that they're causing based on the dirt and stuff. Yeah, for real. So instead, if I add on to the sawmill, nope, looks like that doesn't have any options. Okay, so this is also not customizable. We've probably got to do something over here then. So I'm going to edit this one. We're going to add on some splendor. Just a little simple passageway. You know what? Sure, that'll be fine. Turn it around like that and have a little tunnel area. Nope, not like that, like that. But I don't know if I love that. I think I'd prefer it to be centered, but then it's in the way of the door. Immigrants. Thank you very much. I'm so good at staying on top of those. Okay, so I think if I move the stable over, maybe, well, no. Ooh, another little Visitor. Can I put this inside the stable? I'm actually going to put the stable... Does that look terrible? Yeah, sure does. What if we put it on the outside of this, since this is just kind of a little vestibule? That. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll take that. Which means door will go. Oh, can I fix the door? Or I imagine I could. Okay, hold on. Get rid of you. Oh, even just shifting stuff makes it so you spend some money. That's fine. Won't let me do the door. Why not? Well, we'll apply changes first. And then we'll talk to you. Okay. The fisherman... Wait, it's muted for who? Who's muted? I am or you are? The fishermen are thankful for the blueprint. Okay. As a bridge will help bring their community to the forefront. As thanks... Oh yeah, that's right. We gave them a blueprint for their bridge last time. As thanks, they would like to trade a fair number of fish for some of your stones. Well, we got 129, so I think we can afford to make that trade. I could trade 25 stones for 50 fish. I could just spend 5 of my labor influence saying, I already did you a solid, you don't need to take my stone too. Or I can just dismiss it and not take the fish. Well, I'm okay with trade. Trade will be good. That probably gives us more labor influence instead of me just spending it immediately. Alright, thank you, Say, for letting me know I'm not muted. I wonder if Anreal's having issues hearing it on their side. I'm actually going to edit and see if it'll let me move this now. There we go. Okay, back door. Now we're adding on a simple passageway right here. And then we'll spin it so it's like that. Can we center it? That would be nice. Yeah, I'm okay with that. All right. Paint the roof to match the rest. Could have a little stable fence for 2. Is there any way to like mirror that? That would be neat, but I don't think so. That's fine. Let's just put it right here, so it's kind of part of that stable area. And we will apply changes so that now we gain the labor splendor. Have a nicer building. Oh, I see. That would make sense. Okay, so while that's being worked on, is there anything else that I can do to increase my labor splendor? Polished stones. Goods market. Lets you sell your goods to your villagers. Clothing. Okay. I could have a sheep farm to make wool and cloth. Farming. Oh boy, all sorts of decoration. Storage improvement. More space. Wouldn't be terrible. I could start making tools. By cutting down trees, I can make coal. I can mine ore. Oh boy, all sorts of options. We could just butcher some boars. Or another edict slot. I guess we should probably do the first tier of stuff before anything else. Although in this particular challenge, I'm not building castles or monasteries, right? We're specifically just kind of doing the labor section. Oh, I don't remember. Let me find out. Probably over here in my book. Nice. A breakdown of everything since the beginning. Okay, so most recently we're here. That's not what I want then. Okay, so I could set taxes. Up to 6 coins per surf that I have. There's all the buildings that are working fine. Ooh, there's space for more woodcutters. Yeah, we'll send a couple more there. Okay. I think we're also going to allow stone to be sold. I don't remember how that works anymore. Trading. Okay. Stone. Oh, that's right. We set a number. Well, I'm gonna say that let's have like 100, and then anything in excess. Sorry about that. Anything in excess of that, we are going to oh, that's right. I've got to come to trade routes first. Could sell. Okay, nobody wants regular stones here. I'd have to unlock new trade routes. Oh, okay, we got one here. They want polished stone as well. So I can't actually sell my stone at the moment. That's totally fine. It's a very basic resource. I guess we'll still keep it at 100, which nothing will change for now anyway, but eventually maybe, with the way things are going, that's going to be something to keep track of. Okay, here it is. Never build a monastery or a castle. So, if I were to advance in, this is the button, this area. I mean, I guess theoretically I could research these pathways, but I just don't build them, so I don't, all of these I think are tied to that, so I'm just not going to worry about it. So, as far as what we're going to do, let's, ooh, wooden bridge. Where I don't have the land across the water yet, I don't think it's worth it or even maybe possible. So instead we're going to just get fishing available and try that out and see how it goes. Okay. Oh, and part of this is to have more consistent taxes. As far as happiness, people are unhappy because we had a single tax levied. So as it goes to be like a continuous thing, I guess we'll see how that works. Oh, do they not have enough trees because the forester's not able to get enough now that we have so many cutters? Okay, well, I suppose real quick we'll set the fishing thing going, and then we will figure out the problem with that. Okay, well, we don't have any houses over here, so that's fine. Oh, part of this building's in the water. Interesting. Invalid, what do you mean? Ah, okay. Cool. Yeah, I guess that makes sense to have the dock part over the water. So, we're going to set them to build, and then we got to maybe get another forester going. Or expand out the woodcutting area. Let's start with that, because it's not like I need all these trees here. Woodcutting. And it doesn't expand the kind of undesirable housing area, as far as I'm aware. Okay, so we've expanded that out a little bit, and then we're going to match the reforestation area in kind of the same zone. Oh, okay. Okay, good for me. We're going to do that. Because it looks like the forester just, like, can't put any more in the space that I had because it's just, they're all in states of growth. Cool. this going. I think housing and forest can overlap, yeah. I mean, kind of. In a way, like if housing goes in the forest, they cut down the trees before they put the houses in. But I don't see why we couldn't, like, expand into that area. You're right. So we're going to go back to painting, woodcutting area, and kind of expand it all out here. And then we might as well just do reforestation there as well. So go back to this building, paint that, fill that out. And hopefully that gives us a good amount of space to work with and for them to never run out of work to do. Okay. So, from there... Oh, that's right. Tools or something that we're going to be running low on soon. So I suppose we better get started on that. Now... all of this is in service of getting this bailiff thing going, because we need a certain amount of labor splendor to research that. We can increase taxation and hurt our happiness. I guess this still keeps them... Excuse me. This still keeps them... relatively happy, and we get a little bit of money from it. Oh, but this has to have a monthly profit of above 10. But if... Oh, is this currently saying? Okay, so at this current set rate, we're going to get 30 a month. Perfect. That's all we need. So that'll get rid of this one. We'll complete that tutorial. And then... Oh, I have to pay 25 stone? Oh, I have to accumulate it. I did that. And then... And then what? Mandates. No, that's not what we want. We want to go into the book and trade the stones. How do I... I'm gonna get fish for stones. I have to deliver them. Confirm? Oh. Oh, okay. I just had to manually click it. Cool. Neat. We don't have a fisherman yet, but we do now. It's Colette. And we still have somebody who's unemployed. Well, they're not complaining about not having work, so that's a good sign. We probably need to... Well, what is this? Painted residential. Okay. It's apparently not fully painted at the moment for that, so... Oh, not at all. Why did it... Did I accidentally get rid of that? I must have. Okay, better. Cool. You know what? Actually, we might as well just... Any of that can be... Okay. Perfect. So now... We're getting our monthly profit from that. So that'll just be done by the end of the month. And then... Yeah, we just need to have more labor splendor. Because we need 25, if I remember right. Oh, not that one, that one. Yes. Okay. And then 10 prosperity, which we're already there, so... We need to make some buildings look nicer. I guess in order to do so, we can maybe get... Let's go with the goods market. Because I imagine there's going to be a little bit of splendor by having a better marketplace. How are we doing fishing over here? Oh, nice. You got a little boat. And then it tells us where the fish are that she can fish from. Neat. Cool. And then in the granary, let's assign some fish. And just kind of say as many as you can get there, I guess. So we can continue stockpiling for whatever needs we may have. Still have somebody without a job. Well, let's start. We got a village market. Oh, that's right. We have church options. That's going to make people happier. I guess let's start with that. There's just so many things to do that I end up forgetting all of the things that need done. But that's all right. Seems like the whole point of this game is that it's not really a rush. Like, technically, you could really prioritize kind of min-maxing the game, but I don't really think that that's our goal. So, we'll get it done eventually. I don't want to have the church kind of in the middle of this hustly-bustly area. Theoretically, we could have it kind of over by the manor house, but then we'd have to look into maybe expanding over across the river, which wouldn't be a terrible idea, but that's, I think, we can have them kind of walk over to this clearing, and that's where our church is going to be. So, let's see. To make a church, you need to have at least one thing categorized as a room, one bell tower, and at least a door to get in. So, let's say major or minor. What's the difference? Okay, a little bit wider. I like the wide one. That's nice. So we won't worry about this one. And I think, actually, let's put it like over here. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll have it right here. And let me actually check. Well, we'll just make sure that if there was residential area painted there, we'll get rid of it. Okay, we've got our church. We can have a humble gate, a thatched gate, are our two options. There's not a difference in the splendor that we get, so let's just go with the humble one, because it's cheaper. And then let's go with a... Gotta have a bell tower. Steeples are not bell towers, apparently. Oh, no, they are. They all are. That's where the category is. Okay. So we can have a wooden bell tower that's major. Something like this, and then raise it up. Interesting. I don't know if that's necessarily our final choice, but let's check out something else. So we got a minor one here. Oop. Let's go here and then raise it up. I think if we're gonna have one, I want it to be thicker than that, so maybe the major one. But other options include a rustic wooden steeple. Ooh, we could maybe have like... a little double small one. So like one at the front, one at the back. I don't know that I like it sticking out the back though. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Now, as far as... Okay, there's no customization for roof color. That's fine. Okay, this is where we're going to get a little bit of clergy splendor. I gotta watch out for my resources because tools are something that we're going to need more of. But we have all of the basics needed to open it up. I think maybe we will just add Ooh. The plain old wooden crosses don't even need tools, so maybe we'll do a couple of those. Although it says the capacity is 0, maybe? Or is that just saying that there's currently 0? Let's find out. Let's, instead of putting it right next to the path there, these will kind of be a little graveyard out back. But since it's a relatively new village and a relatively new church, we'll just have a couple for now and maybe add some as time goes on. All for the flavor. Okay. Well, as that's going, we're going to check wood cutting, no, residential area. And no, don't destroy the house. Okay. What if we do like that? And then like that. Okay, too far. Alright, sweet. Okay. And now, let's see here. We're back down to average immigration because the happiness decreased quite a bit there for the tax reasons, which is fine. It's not like we're hurting for workers at the moment. Got 3 people who are unemployed at the moment, actually. Well, we can have a priest. We don't have any commoners because I think all of our people are serfs. And I think in order to raise them up to commoners, yeah, promoting to commoners, they have to have entertainment, goods, refined food, 2 refined foods, housing, and service. So I guess we can't promote anybody until we have church going. So we might as well assign a serf who's not the best suited to the job, but will still get it done. Okay. So, from there, let's see. Okay. We are going to see if we can get something done about tools. Can I trade for them first? Back to trade routes. You can provide tools. I can buy them for 6 coins. I've got a decent amount of money. So sure, let's check that out and see. Resources. Tools. I want to buy until we have, I think, 25 at any given time. And then as we use them, we'll pay to restock up to 25, I think is how that's supposed to work. Sure, let's stick with that. Okay. I never fixed the market, so I don't think there was a new market building. I think it was just an expansion of being able to add some edited buildings to it. There we are. Ooh, we can get a red market tent? Well, it's got to be attached. Okay, interesting. I'm going to do this every time when it comes to markets where I feel like it should work. But I think maybe I need to have stalls in first. So a good stall doesn't need to be attached to it. It can be within the same vicinity. And then we'll put a red market tent over the top of it. There we are. Okay. And that's going to add a labor splendor and some maintenance, of course. And then add a sign for some more labor splendor. This is our food stall sign. Right here. And then on the goods, we'll have a sign right here. to let people know. And then just little sheds and fences and things. Let's have a little woodshed. Why not? It looks like it doesn't need to be connected, so it'll just kind of be here for the collective good of the market. And then we are going to do that right now. Include some cloth, of which I have none. That's unfortunate. Maybe I can trade for it, or I can go research and get some sheep farming going. Okay. Trading. I can get cloth. So, gonna go to cloth. Cloth. Buy until we have 10 of them. And then do I have to like manually do anything about it? Do I have to... Supposedly I just have the trade routes. I am going to look up here in the help section. Oh, the game's still going. We're going to pause it real quick. Ooh, the church bell's ringing. Does that mean it's functional? Hold on. Gotta check it out. Whoa, we're done. Well, I guess not done, but people can go in. And you could just hit ring bells. You could change the bell type if it's, I guess, a different type or I upgraded at some point. And it will ring either weekly, daily, monthly, or never. And you can change the pitch of it? Incredible. Let's go with like a G. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Alright. And you can change the tempo of the ring. Interesting. Cool. Well, there's our weekly attendance listed there. Happiness definitely took a jump from church attendance. What's your deal? Oh, that's right. Wait, what's your currently assigned job? Builder? Why can you not find a workplace with that job? Oh, it's because earlier I assigned somebody to be a builder. But I guess it kicked somebody off. So they're still assigned to building, but don't have a builder's workshop to work in. And I can't change anything about that. So we're going to go back into that guy who's unhappy because they can't work. Yeah. Switch them to something else. We're going to unassign your job. You're now unemployed. And I will find some sort of building for you to be able to work at. Oh no, storage is full. I guess you can hold 100 in each one of these. So we're going to do regular stone again for now. So that way these stone cutters keep working. We still keep getting more stuff. Okay, now trying to figure out cloth. That's the whole thing. Okay, we're going to pause real quick. I'm going to go into trade, perhaps? Wealth. Trading. Okay. Trader visits every few weeks and trades the resources you have listed for purchase and sale. So it's the guy who comes in with a backpack every so often. It doesn't just automatically happen at any time. Okay, here we go. Unpause. We're at 16 labor splendor. Not bad. What would it take to do sheep? Progression. Clothing. Sheep farm. Just 50 coins to unlock the thing. Sure. Let's go with that. 3 new buildings. Alright. Start with a sheep farm. Then get a weaver hut. Then a tailor's workshop. Sheep farm. Let's go. Oh, all sorts of undesirable housing space. Sheep farm right next to the Great Hall. That might be the functional place for it, although I don't personally like it. So I think we're going to scoot it back a little bit. Hey, but we got our taxes. Yeah, I think we are going to put it way back here. Not next to the church, but kind of in this area here. And their undesirable area can bleed into the neighboring territory that we don't currently own. Ooh, wait, behind the church to the left, maybe here? Is that what you're thinking? Because that would also be good. Or behind the church to the left, meaning here. Ooh, okay, the clergy knows about our church. We get a reward, which is 5 clergy influence. Okay, the first place. Got it. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go here. Oh, hey, here's our little trader guy. Incredible. All right. We're going to turn the door to be more accessible from this path, and then if they start walking through the forest area, that as well. So we're going to build this. Sorry, the speed at which the chat comes into me is a little bit delayed, but it's fine. We're there. Next, we're going to do our weaver hut, which does not have any waste. Interesting. In that case, I think we're going to have you be closer to the center so that you can bring your goods there. And we're going to turn so the door is, that's not the door. Where's the door at? There we are. Scoot it here. Perfect. And we're going to build that right there. Now we're going to do, can I not assign a worker for the building yet? That's fine. Alright. Goodbye, friend. Okay, we got a dude. And we got this. Food diversity. Your villagers are very grateful for the food you provided them, yet they wish their larder had more to offer. They would greatly appreciate if you were to give them a second source of food. Oh, that's right, I need to assign fish to the marketplace for them to be able to eat it. No, you're good. No worries on the delay there. Yeah, let's do it. I guess maybe fish is not refined food, so they want refined food. Well, first of all, okay, there's only 2 options here. Clothes and candles, what do you mean? Oh, okay. So, currently, this marketplace can have these basic foods, but if they want refined foods, I gotta figure out another option. Well, we're gonna have another market tender to be at the other building. Put this stall here. And I guess this is exclusively berries, and then this other one, because I chose a goods one, it's gotta be either candles or clothes, which we don't have yet. That's fine. We'll need, well, let's find out. Rustic food and refined food resources. Okay, well, what counts as refined food? Let's find out. Resources. No. Housing, wealth. Resource flow, expanding, quests. Let's search up refined. Oh, doesn't exist. That's not great. What if we just search food? Nothing, huh? That's interesting. Resource consumption? Okay. Villager needs. Consuming resources. Rustic food. Okay, I guess maybe if we look at a person. Refined food meaning meat, bread, cheese. Okay, I don't have any of those. Rustic food means like berries, fish. Okay, so I would need another stall in order to start selling fish to my people. And I don't know if they need that because it doesn't seem like the diversity of basic foods seems to be something that they care about. So we are not going to stress about it, and we'll just have our fish available for sale, I suppose. So good. Oh, wow, we have so many fish already. Neat. Does anybody want to buy fish yet? Let's go back to the book. Go to trade routes. No. Okay. No buying fish. No selling fish. Who's got fish that they want me to sell? Okay. Could sell fish here, but I need 20 clothing in order to open that route. I could do this one and sell fish. Dropberry just needs 15 trade in labor influence. I think that's great. We'll do that. Hey. Your villagers caught the interest of the estates of the realm. They anticipate splendid monuments which will undoubtedly define the future of your people. Our manor houses will serve the laborers. Sure. Splendor for labor estate needs to be at 25 or higher. Splendor for labor. Cool. We're about to get there. That's also our goal for this one anyway. And then we need a tier for estate labor at or over 2. Estate labor. Well, let's see. Back to progression. I don't know that I know what estate labor is. Well, let's see. What do you have here? Thanks to your increasing trades, many folks are looking to settle in Northbury, yet the village struggles to feed the extra workforce and asks if you could send them bread. The neighboring village will expect you to eventually help them by sending bread. Oh boy. I think we can make that happen. We've got a decent amount of resources. It's just making sure that we have the tools in order to make it happen, but I think we can buy some, so... Okay. Refined food. Tier for estate labor. Progression. Labor. Being at tier 2. Oh, okay. We're just not at tier 2 in that yet because we can't get there until we hit 25 labor splendor. Cool. Almost. We're getting there. So, in the meantime, this is being done. Go, Hewitt. Bring 10 stone. I believe in you. Okay, so once that's done and this is done, we will have wool that is turned into cloth. As far as refined food, we need meat. So, well, meat or bread or something like that. Meat, bread, or cheese. And I think meat is the quickest one to get because all it takes is a hunter's hut and a butchery. Okay, so both. So either 2 things there. 3 things to get to bread. Or cheese, which I don't even think I can do yet. Unless that's part of one of these that I just haven't seen. No, cheese is way down here in dairy farming. Okay, nope, we're going to stick with butchering for now to get our refined food option done. Ooh, more options, because now there's hunting as soon as I get my boar, or can you just hunt without? I suppose that just means that once you have your boar farm, you have a specific section where their boars can kind of roam. So let's go about that. Hunter's hut. Okay, 2 tools. We have no tools left. Is that something we're trading for? I've already forgotten. Book. Resources. Tools. Where the tools at? Tools? Yes, okay. I say that I'm buying until we have 25. But that is unfortunate. Okay, well, I guess we can always start the building. Okay, cool. We just barely completed the one about having taxes at a certain level of income per month. So now, I mean, regardless, we're going to have this get started, and then hopefully we'll have enough tools to finish it later. Oh, okay, so I guess it's not that they produce boars. It's not a farm. They will just go out and, as long as there's kind of a forest area, they can hunt in it. So, let's perhaps expand. Well, we already have housing there. Okay. We'll keep it over here near the sheep. That's fine. And is there any way to hide the trees? Nope, that's fine. Well, I suppose if only we could kind of see what it looked like, but I guess we can always shift it later if we really want to. Looks good enough to me. Now, this does not have a shepherd yet, so we are going to assign 2 of them. And then this is, we don't have a zone. They gotta have a pasture. Okay, well, this can be your sheep pasture. And you know what? Even across the way for now. That's great. Ooh, pretty. Okay, neat. In fact, you can go right up to the property line. Why not? Okay, perfect. Oh, it's too small for the current amount of workers. Reduce the number of workers or increase the field size. Well, sure, you get all this area. That is adequately sized. Great. It is kind of wild at the difference in color of the grass. I don't know how to feel about that, but, you know, function over form, I suppose. Okay. But we're out of tools for this to be done. Oh, hello. Yeah, fertilizer. I ran out of tools. These precious goods are necessary for most construction efforts. Suggest buying some from the neighbors. They won't come cheap, but it's the best you can do until you acquire a blacksmith. Sure, we'll ask the neighbors. Oh, that's why I'm getting issues. It's because here... Wait. I need to assign tools to a warehouse. So at this warehouse, where are my tools at? Tools. And I want to then allow them to be purchased from the book. I already did that, so I guess I just missed the step of allowing a place for them at my warehouse. And then I'll have 3 there as soon as the trader comes back and gives me some. And you're out of fish, because you fish a good amount. You know, for right now, sure. We'll have an extra layer of it there. You've traded enough with Northbury for them to want to expand their village, but they need your help to accomplish this. Hire an assistant to send them what they need, and you will profit from more trading. Okay, that has the bailiff. And then I need bread for it. That's okay. let's keep the tutorial because I think it's always helpful to have the step-by-step or else I'm going to miss bits here and there while I'm still figuring it out and learning. So, as soon as trader comes, we'll be good. But we've got our 2 shepherds. And I can't do my hunter yet because I don't actually have a functional building there. And I can't do my weaver because it's also not functional yet. That's okay. And now my lumber camp, they can't. Their spaces, they already have too many logs there. Okay, somebody took some away for building, so they're able to keep going. And we've got planks here, which will max out at 100. And planks just need to be done faster, but I don't have a way to increase my workload unless I were to build another building of a sawmill. Is there any research that I can do to expand my sawmill? Because I did this one for lumber camp improvement. Is there a sawmill improvement? Candles are also not until tier 4. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess I cannot improve my sawmill at the moment, or maybe ever. Which is fine, but that just might mean I need another sawmill. I think with the amount of logs that we generally have piling up, we might as well make another sawmill. But I imagine it's probably going to take tools that we don't currently have. Sawmill. Nope, no tools. I think that's probably a worthy goal. But again, we're dealing with the mess. I could just put it right in the middle of that pathway that everybody seems to be taking. I don't know how happy they'd be about it, but you know. I mean, I think there have been moments where it seems to get slightly darker, but maybe that's just my imagination. It also doesn't seem at all consistent, so I don't know. You know what? Yeah, we'll put a sawmill here. They'll make a path around it. That'll be fine. We're just going to build that right now. Okay, so currently, monthly, it seems like we're making an income of 9 coins. Which is not very good when building a building like this takes 10 up front plus the resources. But hopefully as we continue to expand our trade and everything else, we'll have more income that way. And it looks like as far as happiness goes, there's a -1 because of housing? Are we out of houses? Why are people unhappy? Let's check it out. Okay, nothing extreme as far as needs listed there. How's our residential area? That's the property line there, but yeah, okay. Yeah, you can all be residential zone too. Behind the church. Okay, perfect. 2 new people. Labor Splendor's close-ish, but again, we're just kind of waiting on tools at this point. We need refined food, which is the meat that we're working on. We've got the hunter thing that's still being built. Okay. Sheep farm. What's your deal? Missing raw materials? What do you mean? You got the pasture. The buildings... Oh, you're missing mature livestock. Okay, so they are just still growing up. That's fine. I thought it was something that I needed to fix, but I guess it'll just be time that makes that work. Okay. No, for real, I'm enjoying this music. It hits all the right vibes for just like a fun little medieval cozy game without thinking of all the horrors of living in a medieval time as a little serf. Okay, and then this is still waiting on cloth, which we don't have because I have not set aside space for it. Of course I haven't. Okay, well, and I can't expand that warehouse, so we need to make a new one. And that probably takes tools. Warehouse. No tools. Okay, neat. Well, I think it's time to screw up people's paths again, and they can deal with it. Can we maybe back it up a little? No. Let's go like right there. Yeah, no, for real. Fantasy without it, with indoor plumbing and feminism. Well, sometimes feminism is good. Very good. Yeah, you know what? Let's just start wearing the cool medieval clothing and not deal with any of the terrible living conditions. Well, due to construction at our monthly report, we've spent a lot of money, but we still have a net income when it comes to kind of upkeep compared to taxes and trade. So we're doing okay. Yeah, the bank account definitely will have a part to play in that. Well, I guess having a warehouse gives me a good way to employ some of my villagers, because I definitely am getting more people than I know what to do with yet. But just because of the tool bottleneck that I'm running into. But he's here. He's here. We're hopefully going to get some tools to make some stuff happen. Which means I better keep an eye out for both making a butchery, which requires 3 tools, and a tailor's workshop, which requires 8. Oh, okay. Neat. Alright, we got our tools, so that thing is done. We have 25 total. I think that is doable to make both the tailor workshop and the butchery. So, we'll have the butcher be over within the same realm as the hunter. And yeah, let's go like right here. Okay, and the door's like right there on this side. Yeah, kind of easy access between those two. We'll go ahead and build that. And our sheep are still growing, just kind of hanging out, little dudes. Incredible. Just kind of like cut holes in the burlap sack. It'll be great. But that's not the vibe quite. I mean, sure, that may be more or less accurate to the materials that they had access to. But like, you want something that looks a little nicer, you know? Okay, 2 weavers. We got that done. And so now we only have... Nobody is unemployed. Look at us. Let's go. Of course, now that all of the bottlenecks got solved at once, I don't have enough people to work all of the buildings that I want to eventually build. But hopefully we'll get enough immigration that that's not an issue. Oh, see? No carpenter. Okay, low on coins. Some of your villagers suggest temporarily increasing taxes until the treasury... Oh, I just saw that. Neat. Sure. Monthly profit above 100. Oh, no. Well, happiness is 75. I think we're doing all right. And we're going to have refined food soon to improve happiness. So, going to go back into mandates. No, I guess not a levy. We want to permanently improve taxation. So we're going to go to the royal book. We're going to click on all of the buttons and eventually find what we want. And then this will put us at a revenue above 100. Now they will be more unhappy. 15% unhappiness, but I think it'll work for now. And there we are. Okay, more immigrants. Good. I think now I'm going to get rid of a transporter here and grab a carpenter to have more sawmill action going on so that we can actually start making sure that the wood isn't always like fully stocked here so that people don't run out of work to do. Hello, welcome. You're going to be a carpenter too. And they are waiting for... It says for workers. I imagine they're waiting for the workers to bring wool for them to make into cloth. Hello, what are you doing? I may have not set up anything to buy or sell from them, so they showed up and I didn't have any resources to fit either way, which is fine. That's a different nation than the other one. And they're still waiting on those. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. Nope, that's understandable. The Tradwife Training 101. Ugh. Embroidering potatoes on the sack. I think, like, there's gonna be some sort of, like, poetic irony in that. Yeah, I've done sewing here and there, but, like, I can't say that it's something that I can do without, like, explicitly following a pattern, and even then it kind of turns out not so great. If push came to shove, I could make it work, but, man, I would not be super proud of what came out of it. But I guess that's true of kind of anything you do. You gotta work at it before you're gonna be super comfortable with, like, what you end up, like, churning out and creating. Well, as far as resources to put here, if I could trade for stuff, going back in here, trade routes. So we have this one unlocked and this one. I could buy wood, I don't need to. I could buy coal. Coal would be good to make my own tools. Same with iron ore. At this point I don't really have any coins to buy with. I could sell them stuff. I could sell fish. You know what? Let's do that. Although, this doesn't hold fish. I forgot that it's this. But, that's okay. We can go into the trade route. Or the trade... One of these buttons. Oh yeah, the purple would be... No, it's resources. Okay. Fish, we got a lot. So, I'm gonna say, hey fish, we want to sell everything above a value of, let's say any fish that we have past one, well, past 80 for now, since I'm not actually using any of it. Let's actually go with 50. So I'll hold on to 50, but anything past that can be sold. So anytime that trader comes around, hopefully they will take some fish from my granary over here. Okay, now over here, tons of stone. I think maybe we need to figure out something to do with it. I guess before we move on to that, we've got the sheep process going. Got a weaver hut. I don't think we ever actually finished building the tailor's workshop, did we? Oh yeah, that's true. Like, it seems like as far as all of the idealized version of, I think especially in the US, of like, you're going to be self-sufficient in a lot of ways. And it's always cheaper to do it that way. It ends up really not in a lot of ways, especially when it comes to crafts and things. I wish, like, it does seem like the prices of those have changed so much since, I don't know, 50, 100 years ago when that was a more common occurrence for people to do. And it sucks because otherwise you're kind of feeding into the idea of like the fast fashion and the mass production of things that isn't great for the environment or even like honestly good for the longevity of the products that you're using, but you kind of can't afford to do anything else. And that's awful. Okay, we got a merchant coming. Nice. Yeah, I don't think we ever actually set the tailor's workshop going. Because this is our weaver hut. But we weren't in any hurry about it since we were still waiting on sheep. So I'll go ahead and put this just across the street from our weavers. And we'll spin them around. Just like that. Oh, but I don't have money. Oh no. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and it does seem like a lot of resources for you to be able to find like quality fabric. It doesn't seem like there's a ton of places that I'm aware of that like you can know it'll be quality. Seems like a lot of times they're also just trying to cheap out on like giving you the cheapest product for the most amount of money they can justify you buying it for. And so it still doesn't end up feeling like what you would want it to be, I think, for homemade. But I think maybe I'm just looking in the wrong places that are those mass-produced, like, hey, come to our chain store, like Joann's or whatever. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Schmo-Man's. Of course, Joann's is gone, so it's not like it matters, but, you know. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of time and effort for self-sufficiency and gardening and all that. And it's just always frustrating. Oh, Hunter's Hut's done. I don't have any villagers at the moment, but I'm about to get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. 2 hunters for boars. And then is the butcher's hut done as well in here? Let's find out. No, but it's real close. Okay. And now I can't build the tailor's workshop, but I'll put it there eventually. Oh, cool. So it still stays there as like a theorized idea of where to go, even if I can't do it yet. So, in the meantime, I need to paint a hunting area now that I have hunters. And all that's yours, buddies. You got that. Everything the light touches. And by the light, I mean this very small area that is painted orange, just for you. Yep. I haven't actually played Dreamlight Valley. Is it like... I mean, I've played Animal Crossing. I know the general vibe of like those types of games, but is it as grindy as you would expect? Because like, I don't know, I've played Stardew Valley recently, and there's kind of a grinding element to it, but not nearly as much as would frustrate me in a game. It's worse? Oh no. course it is. Oh no. Well, I'll stick to not games like that then. Okay, Bishop, you want some wood? One of his merchants noticed you have woodcutter camps and wants to make you an offer. This is a bishop looking to make some chapels along the pilgrimage routes. Selling wood in 15 days. I need to have 50. I have 75 that is not in a storage facility, but we can add some. I could also just lose 5 of my clergy influence to say the estate is not interested in lowering its offer, but you can attempt to persuade them. If I do that, there's a 30% chance that it's a better deal for me, where in giving him 50 wood, I might get more than 75 gold. But 70% chance that it sours, and I imagine that means he'll give me less. I'm fine with 50. That sounds like a good trade. That one's got a time limit on it, so I'm going to prioritize doing that so that I get money. We're going to go to this new warehouse that I never actually put anything in it, and we're going to go with regular wood. And I'm going to hope that it goes there instead of being prioritized by the sawmills. And hopefully gets like split evenly among all of the choices there. But I guess we'll see. Will it help if I just like do an extra one of wood? I don't know. We'll find out. Vintage story. Ooh, yeah. I've heard of it, seen tiny bits of it, but not enough to really know anything about it. Chores and doing tiny tasks to get 50 magic at a time to work up to... Ooh, no! Why does that feel like a mobile game? Streams of a modded vintage story server. Game seems to be just bullies, but you enjoyably. It just bullies you, but enjoyably. Nice. Yeah, no, I don't like... Oh. Of course it was. It makes sense. It's that dumb thing that got introduced probably about 10, 15 years ago in video gaming as a whole, but very specifically the mobile gaming market, where it's like, we're going to have this be just such a grindy experience, but you can spend your hard-earned money to make that a little bit faster for yourself. And if you don't play it like that, you're going to be absolutely miserable because it's going to take way too many hours to get what you wanted. I remember that was a big complaint when, a handful of games came out. I remember specifically when Battlefront 2, the second, because you had the original Battlefront 1 and 2, but Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out and had a bunch of microtransactions and loot boxes, and ooh, man, if you didn't spend money for the loot boxes, it was like, you have to grind for hours in order to maybe get the resources you want, or the skins you want, or the ability to eventually earn this character. And it wasn't just like cosmetic items, it was functional characters that you were using. You can only grind? Why would you even... That sounds like the worst of all choices to ever exist. To have a game that, like, why include the frustrating mechanic if you don't have an alternative that you're trying to capitalize on? I don't think you should have that mechanic in the first place, but, like, it seems like you're willing to anger your fans if that's your plan of attack. Crazy. Alright, we've got our butchery. Hey, we already have 10 meat. Okay, so... Sorry to anybody that I just flipped that screen around if it made anyone sick. My bad. Okay, so we've got the basic food. Now we need another... Okay, we're going to edit this. We're going to throw up another food stall so that we can be selling berries in the one and meat in this other one. And you know what? I think this is a red one. This is just a plain one. let's say blue is meat. I don't know how I feel about that, but since I already did red on the other one, we'll stick with blue. And then we'll make it also a food stall sign. But I need money. People, people, we need your money. Oh no. Because I spent money on trade and I'm not selling much, I have a tendency in my budget to lose money. Yeah, I guess they're really banking on people enjoying their IP. Watch Donald throw hands with the ground. You know what? If I'm going to be in a game exclusively for the IP, it would be nice to have it be more enjoyable of a gameplay experience, which is why I play Kingdom Hearts sometimes, you know? It's a little goofy, but, you know, I think it's enjoyable. Okay, alright. Hey, we got someone to trade with from Northbury. You're not the one who will buy my fish. I can sell planks to you. I think we have a decent amount of those. I'm curious to know if he'll buy them if I pause the game real quick and go in and switch my resources to planks. Sell everything above 12. Let's actually stick with, now that I've got a decent amount of those being made. Let's say anything above 50 you can buy. Okay, he bought 22 planks for 22 coins and sold 6 tools for 36. Well, okay, I think maybe maintaining a tool amount of 25 is not sustainable. So, go into tools, and we're going to say if it dips below 10, buy back up to 10. And then another trader, you can buy some fish. Yeah. How many is going to buy? I only have 9 days left for... Okay, but I've got the food stored. Or not the food, the wood. So now I need to go back into the book. To my wood. Okay, sweet. He went in there. He bought 25 fish for 25 coins. Gonna go to wood. And... oh, I can just confirm it because it's there. Nice. Done. So I got my coins for that there. I don't need to set it as like a constant trade option, but I might in the future, we'll see. Okay, we've produced our refined food, now we just need to fill it in this, which can't be done until we have the money, which we have the money. And then we need to build this. And I'm immediately poor again. But I think those are all of the buildings that I had not finished. Or not started, that I've able to get a start on it now. And I finally finished that top of that one, which I never actually assigned anything. We're gonna say clothes, which will be done as soon as we get a tailor workshop done. And then once this one's done, we can add another thing of food in which we will put meat. And then we can store excess meat over here. Why are we so low on berries? Is it just to maintain the amount of people I currently have in my village? I suppose so. Especially since that's the only food source they're eating. Church time. How many people are going? Guess we'll find out. Some people walk up to the door and decide they don't want to go, or maybe just people are filtering in and out. So, well, looks like it peaked at maybe 12. We'll slow it back down and, oh, 13. Nice. Okay, yep, another worker for the other stall that just got finished, and then we're going to do some meat. And that will complete this one. We're working on income being above 100, which currently it is not. So I'd need to increase my taxes even more? Or just... oh yeah, because that's from tax revenue specifically. Back to taxes. 123 a month. Okay. I guess we leave that alone for now. Because I guess as we get more people, we can stay at the same tax rate and get more money because we're having more people. Cool. That's fine. Bailiff, we're still waiting on one more labor splendor to be able to unlock it, which will be both this one and this one. We got our weather vane. Yeah, okay. That'll actually be all three of those, is how that's all building towards all three of those goals. Okay, and then, yeah, we're doing all right. What a name. Kveldulfer. I like it. Not happy about taxes. Refined food? We're working on it. That's your whole thing, my guy. Okay, that's being built. How are we doing over here? Still waiting on getting more wool, but we've got a decent amount, so it's not like that's a huge deal. Okay, butchery. We have no meat here, but I think that it's just gone to other places, so they're still working, and that's fine. They don't have any boars at the moment, though, because being brought over. They're so cute! I wish there was a better way to see through trees. I'm just curious to follow you. Never mind, this is just a mess. Oh. A little third-person view going on. I don't see any boars, but, you know, good job. If only hunting was that easy, that you could just sit in the same place and shoot at a boar 3 times, 4 times. I don't know, as many times as it takes, I guess. Oh, and then just has it in hand. Neat. My villagers are now eligible to become commoners because I am feeding them refined food. Okay. Taylor, we need some more. Oh, I don't have any people. I got 2 people. Nice. And as far as wool goes, got no wool or cloth. Why? Where the wool at? Oh, this is a job best suited to commoner, and these guys are serfs. So we gotta do some promotions. Mandate. Promote villagers. Cost money. Promoting this would optimize their job productivity. Okay. Well, these 2 will go from serfs to commoners, and that will spend all of my money. And then the tax collector should also be a commoner, as well as the priest and the weavers. Oh no. Okay. Well, I think butchers are doing fine. I don't think that we have the cloth and clothing that we want, so let's increase the tax collector, because that'll increase our income, and do one of the weavers. And that'll be it for now. We'll eventually have money. Alright. What's your deal? Decorations. Increase the desirability of an area for better housing and provide beautification, which improves, I can speak, prosperity. No, for real, where the wool at? I guess we got 15 currently, so that's good news. Sure, let's decorate the village. We're about to get some of these things done. Yeah, I filled refined food. I guess maybe not for everybody. Working on it, I guess. Happiness. I guess anybody who's at 85 probably has their happiness met for refined food. Yeah, okay. But anyone below 85 means that they haven't yet had that met, I think. So, 65. Oh, you just don't have service. You need to go to church. Go to church, girl, and go to church. And read your Bible. Okay, oh boy. I have church. Is that not enough? Oh, weekly attendance is at capacity, and we have 49 people. So we need to have another church building and still have one person who can't go to church, but maybe not all of them want to go. I guess we'll find out. Back to the book. With my villagers here. You like church. You don't like church. Oh no, that's part of your essential needs. Never mind. Alright, I guess it's time to build another church. Okay, so we got wool. Turning into cloth. That cloth is coming here and turning into clothing, which will eventually be sold here. And this is waiting on a builder. Oh, that's right. This also takes cloth to make the awning, which is also where cloth is going. So that's why that's not quite as quickly as I want it to go for clothing, but that should be done soon. Okay. Housing insufficient. Uh-oh. We better get us some more residential area. I think that's good for now. And our immigration's high because our employment is high and happiness is average. So we're going to get more people, and that'll be good. If I wanted to expand territories, ooh, cost me 100 up front and cost 5 per month to upkeep it, no matter where I go. Well, you could always just abandon a territory, but luckily these two were free for me, and you can't abandon your village center. Okay, well, not gonna do that for now. Luckily, I don't technically need to yet because I've got, out of curiosity, this one goes up until here. Okay, the property line's right here. I guess we'll just have to look at territory again. Okay, so actually we are, I think, starting to run a little low, to still make sure that we maintain residential space along with everything else we're doing. So I need money. Oh, okay. So commoners are not paying anything right now. So I will increase their unhappiness a bit I've only got the 2 of them, but I will get 6 per month total from that. More insufficient housing? What do you mean? Alright, well, I suppose we hit our labor splendor, so that completed one of the things here, I think. And then, yeah, there it is. And then we can move on to bailiff stuff. Okay, alright, neat. Alright, well, as far as residential area, I suppose we're going to go right up to the meadow, because I don't think that they can live in the pasture with the sheep. And then we gotta show forbidden. Oh, I could make sure that people don't walk in an area. Interesting. I don't know that I necessarily need that, but maybe eventually for kind of prioritizing the timing of space and stuff. Okay, I wanted to look at undesirable neighborhood. Okay, so specifically down here and here. So that could technically be residential right next to there. And we'll kind of go here too. And then hopefully we don't have an issue as far as I keep doing that. Not having enough housing. Okay. Well, immediately want another tailor. Are there any buildings I have that could increase the amount of workers? Let's have another sawmill guy. Another transporter for the warehouse. Beautification area. Okay, so currently it's low quality housing. And that's where commoners can live once you upgrade it to a medium quality. So that might also be a hang up that I have where people just don't have enough beautification. Because then commoners won't go there. Or they will be unhappy with their quality of housing because they've been promoted and they deserve better apparently. That's... I don't want to destroy it. Okay, well, that has to do with this one, tier 2 decorative progression. I don't think I have money to unlock it, but you know, decor tier 2. There it is. Yeah, 50 to unlock it. Well, that's fine. Let's go back into my trading options. Okay. Yeah, I know. Your status is much better. You're a commoner. Working on it. I'm selling fish above 50. People aren't buying enough to make that happen, but theoretically that's kind of my limit if I get enough people buying from me. I don't need cloth anymore, so let's hold off on getting money, well, spending my money on cloth since I can just make my own. And I've got clothes. Does anybody want clothes? If not, what's the point? Happiness. Goods. Okay, common clothes is something of additional needs for people, so we'll stick with that. He bought 25 planks. Okay. Well, 50's not I guess that's exactly what I would need to get any of my technology improvements. But I think that's also what I would need to do. Alright, oh, tier 2 was free, but to get the bailiff office, oh, it only costs 5 of, whatever that is. I forgot. Labor influence. Yeah, okay. I think that is doable. Let's go bailiff office. Maybe a treasury as well. Village fortifications. Manor house village architecture. No. Unlocks an estate privilege slot for your village. I don't know what that is yet. We can get a tavern. They can get their entertainment needs done. Needs a lounge, a service counter, and I'll have a berry brewery where I can have my berries be used with water to make berry brew. And then it'll unlock the Great Hall. I thought I already had a Great Hall. Unless that's a different thing, and I'm just thinking of... I'm using the wrong term for the base one. We'll start with the bailiff. No, that's a Great Hall. Okay. What's your deal? Okay. Villagers believe we are prosperous enough to be supported by a bailiff. The nominated person will handle critical tasks, such as prospecting nearby deposits and petitioning the estates on your behalf. Yeah. I think assigning a new bailiff. Complete the mandate. Okay, you know what? Sure. I think a lot of these have a bit of overflow, but that's okay. Oh boy, another thing. The elders would like you to host a regional fair. This is an occasion to open up more trading opportunities by celebrating the fruit of hard labor. Ensure the mood at the fair stays high. Your people will do the rest. I will make sure everyone appreciates their time. If my village happiness is at 75 and stays there until the end of those 3 weeks, I get 10 labor influence, and then price bonus of trading increases, and happiness bonus of villagers with villager profile increases. But if I fail, we have a few negative options here. You lose 10 of the influence, happiness bonus goes down, and then the need satisfaction lasts shorter, so people are not as satisfied for as long. I think I can do it based on the current happiness trend. I'm not going to do anything super to rock the boat for those 3 weeks in order to make sure that they stay happy. Okay, well, let's throw a bailiff on there. Gotta edit the building. We gotta add a sub-building. Bailiff office. They need a room. We already have a door that's interior access as long as it's connected to this one. And then light fortification. Make sure to place buildings nearby that... Okay. I don't know that I have any fortifications yet. I guess we'll see if he gets mad at me about it. Could throw another boudoir on there and then scoot the door to match it. Because I don't think we're going to fit another tower on there. So, hold on. Let's move the door out of the way. Throw a manor boudoir on it. And then put the door on the side. Yeah. Match the roofs again. Okay, more messages from the powers that be. Okay, that does include all of the things that are necessary for that. I'm gonna apply those changes. Gonna get us a bailiff office. Strawberry sees potential in a fleet of carriages. They want to trade more goods with your village and would like to help crafting such vehicles by supplying them with tools. They'll expect me to eventually help them by sending resources through a mandate. Okay. Okay, we still got 20 days for the fair. Okay. Mandates. We need bread in order to improve that one. We need tools to do that one. Coins. All sorts of coins. But we need a bailiff to do all of these, which is fine. You could kick out unemployed villagers. Nobody's unemployed right now. I also don't want to do that because I feel like that's both mean and my fault for not having enough buildings to make it happen. But I understand, I guess, if you were looking at it from this like resource management standpoint of they're using our resources but not contributing. But, I mean, they're being taxed, so I'm not concerned about it. Cool. And it looks like these two either will show up later or are a part of like having a monastery and a castle, which I don't have as part of this particular scenario. So you got basic stuff like levies and promoting villagers, and then you've got bailiff stuff, which is the only things that we're going to worry about for now. But I can't do that till I got a bailiff, and that can't be done until this building's done. Okay, when is this going to be considered complete? When I stop spending my money? Maybe. Now, how are things going over? Oh boy, over here. We got berries. Well, no berries. Why are berries going so slow? What's the deal? I guess we just need to make another berry hut. Maybe over here, because I think it doesn't produce any sort of like undesirable thing. Berries, berries, berries. Gathering hut. Yeah, why not? 10 wood is easy enough. And this is done. I need to click on the bailiff specifically. Hold on a minute. Did that not get added as a bailiff office? Edit. Why are you part of the Great Hall? Excuse me? That is incorrect. Add a sub-building. Bailiff office. You were supposed to be... Oh, it just defaulted back to... That's dumb. Okay. Well. Specifically, I need you to be... What do you mean? Does it need to be a separate thing? Like not connected to the main building? No, okay. That counts as this. Now we just need a door to it. Can I make a smaller one? That's too big. Throw another boudoir over here, I guess. Now that counts as the bailiff. We'll throw a door on there. A basic one. You can have your own color roof because you're a special bailiff, I guess. And you know, I say, let's actually leave that one there. And then we will build. And then we'll actually have a bailiff office. That was unfortunate. Alrighty. Oh, excuse me. Don't mind me just knocking stuff around. Whack, whack, whack. Good job, Freya. Doing well. Workplace is 73 minutes from home. Takes you that long to walk? That's crazy. Okay, well, stone cutters don't have anywhere to put their stone because we have so much stored already, so I think I need to also eventually work on that. I could promote people, but then I need to deal with their unhappiness at their houses until I can improve that. So I guess progression. There's polished stones, which is something that would help kind of get our stone in a place that we could start selling it. And then also beauty for people to be happier at their houses. I think stone is going to be a more long-term, like, I guess, an immediate boost, where we only have 2 commoners currently. I don't think we necessarily need to stress about doing this immediately. So, we're going to work on stonemason. Bing. Okay. And this also produces a bit of unhappiness as far as housing. But I think here is okay. Near enough to those stonecutter. And is there a door on this? Or is it just kind of a little shed? Okay, we'll do that. Just for flavor. Uh-oh, happiness is down. Okay, it's back up. We're good. Just need to wait for the fair to be over and still have that happiness at that point. Where's people's unhappiness? We got taxes. We got housing. Biggest thing is rustic food. We don't have enough berries. Okay, well, I guess, yeah, I didn't assign anyone here. That's my bad. I guess we also could make another food stand to sell more, or to sell fish specifically, since that's backed up. Let's actually temporarily switch that to fish. Since here we've got berries as a storage thing, we'll let that stockpile up a little bit and then we don't have to stress as much about it. But fish will still meet that basic food requirement. Some of the visitors had a terrible time and upset my villagers. What do you mean? For what? Is that just a separate thing? I don't know, but man, that sure does not help my case for the 11 days from now where I need to be at 75. Oh god, and then I have negative money at the moment. Man, this is going so well. Okay, yeah. The food is the big issue. But we just got 30 fish, which means that hopefully that can be resolved fairly quickly. Yep, people are grabbing fish. Meaning rustic food unhappiness is going down. Hopefully fast enough for this 10-day time limit for the fair. I might have totally overestimated my ability to keep my people happy. I hear a horse, but I do not see a horse. Oh, there you are. Okay. Loaning tools. They struggle with tools and... Wait, a wealthy benefactor learned of my village's recent struggle with tools and coins. They've graciously offered to lend me the necessary tools to help my community flourish. However, they will expect eventual repayment. So I repay once I have 200 coins. Because I don't even have the money to buy tools at the moment. You know, I think I have to. I'm not happy about it. I would prefer to be not in debt to people, but it's going to be what it's going to be. And at the end, if I do it, I do get labor influence, so I get something out of it rather than just the ever-looming threat of debt. I'm going to see if we can expand forester area to just kind of be around all the buildings, wherever he can fit them. And then, well, maybe we'll try to avoid the pathways where possible. And then, see if we can get the woodcutters to also kind of expand out that far. Maybe they'll be unhappy to lose the trees around their homes, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Got 8 days left and still only at 63 happiness. I mean, a lot of that was just that debacle with visitors who were unhappy and made my people unhappy, but that also is decreasing. So hopefully we can jump back up by 11% before the fair. We might have to drop taxes temporarily for that to happen. Where are we currently looking at with taxation? I mean, still a net positive, so if I drop it down, well, I guess I assume it's a net positive. Yeah, okay, there's my tendency, which will show roughly what we expect to make in income. So even with the taxes lowered, that's the case. And that should also help lower the unhappiness on taxes, I believe. Yeah, supposedly it should just be a, like, average of minus 5% instead of 15 or 14%. And then just hopefully it is done in the 7 days I got left. But I suppose we'll see. Alright, stonemason, you're done. We got a stonemason. I think we're going to switch one of these stones to be polished stone. Oh, never mind. We'll wait because I'm going to refuse to get any more. So hopefully that means that they'll take out of that one until it reaches 0, and then I can switch it to refined. But I guess we can also just put refined stone over here in the meantime. Okay, more trading going on. Hey, happiness jumped up a ton. Incredible. Just gotta keep it there. Yeah, I think a lot of that had to do with switching out fish. But where the fish at? We got plenty. I guess it's just being transported. We're fine. The clothing, I think, is a need for commoners rather than serfs. So it's not as pressing of a thing for people to want. So I think for my additional thing here, we'll put extra common clothes. And so any that are used that aren't being sold will show up there. So that they can keep working on their thing, and then maybe I can also eventually sell it. Because, man, I'm hurting for income. Okay, bailiff's done. I need to assign it. Okay. Slow that down a little. Delighted visitors. Okay. So now we have plus 14% on happiness. That's going to boost. That's really good timing. So that hopefully I'm not like bouncing at the 75%, but actually well above it, so I'm not concerned about it. Okay, bailiff. We got specific people who we could nominate. I don't need combatants because I think that's part of a different kind of trajectory than this particular scenario. Job learning speed might be really good, and trade price bonus from village with clergy, kingdom, and labor allegiance. I don't know, but I have to pay each of these people 5 coins a week. Clergy, kingdom, and labor allegiance. Clergy influence. I think we're just going to stick with job learning speed. That sounds easy enough to not have to deal with additional kind of factors. Yay, we got it. Very well. Happiness bonus for 10% for villagers. They're happy that we got a bailiff. As your trusted right hand, they are sworn to enforce your laws and uphold your will across the land. Nice. Happiness is at 95%. Look at us go. Because of an extra 10% from rejoicing at our bailiff situation. It's a little silly, but you know, neat. Okay, well, to mandates, I guess. Spend 20, or maybe we... Yeah, okay. So if we spend 20 labor influence and have almost none, we can get 5 more commoners. Oh, just straight up commoners, not even serfs. But then I have to deal with their unhappiness based on housing and their jobs, so I'm going to wait on that one. I could request an audience with the seneschal to secure my coveted city charter and get sovereignty. The fair was done. We got 10. We done it. Congrats, everyone. Handshakes all around. I could also spend 5 to oust... Nope, I don't want to oust unemployed because I'll find a place for them. Influence the labor estate in your favor. Spend 50 coins. It's 30. And I gain 10 influences with the labor estate. No, I don't think so at the moment. Huzzah! Okay, yeah, I think we're gonna request an audience. Perfect. And then... Nope, we're good. But I think now that the fair is over and we have kind of quite a few happiness boosts based on events, with the fair being done, visitors were happy, and people are so happy about bailiff, I guess. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a sign of our growth. 134%. Yeah, I think we're gonna just up taxation a little bit. Oh, and it's still within the green happiness range because as we're growing, they're happy to kind of lean a little bit more into that. All right, I'm happy with that. Income's good. See, it got a little darker right now. It's like it's nighttime, but not really. I don't know what it is about it, but there it is. Okie doke. Got some clothes, some polished stone. Can I empty stock without just like throwing it away? Yes. Okay, good. Whew. That's sort of a gamble, I guess. Okay, I think next I actually need to figure out tools, maybe. Otherwise I'm going to have to keep buying them or getting them loaned. What do you mean villager path blocked? You could not reach the bailiff office. Where are you at? Hello? Where are you? You are on free time. Okay, what do you mean you can't make it to the bailiff office? Where did I ruin the path? Can I pick you up? This isn't Roller Coaster Tycoon, I guess. I could promote you to be a better bailiff. Cost 20. Then I have to deal with the happiness thing, but I think that's doable. Okay, but how do I get you not stuck? Is it just the trees? That might be the issue. But hold on, let me follow. Okay, you're out and about. You can move. So you should be able to make it to the bailiff's office. I don't know why you couldn't just like connect a path here. That would be nice, but I guess you're doing it. Good job. Proud of you. You can do hard things. Okay. We're gonna grab another tailor. We need another church. That's right. I guess that's for people's happiness, so it's not as urgent. You're on free time. But you're upset about not making it to the office? I don't know. Do what you want. We're gonna build... church. Or I guess we could just expand that one. Well, I don't really have room for it. That's fine. I'm gonna go with another major church and make it maybe a little bigger. For the job she just got assigned and doesn't have any clue whether she likes it or not. But I guess everyone's happy about having one, so maybe she's happy to be it. Well, housing. Okay, hello. Never mind. We're gonna. What's your deal, man? Oh, 2 newcomers requested an audience, and I just missed it. That's okay. Where are you? Why can't you reach the bailiff office? Is it because... Nope, I have no clue. Do you... Can I... How do I help you? I don't understand. Any thoughts on what I'm doing wrong there? Oh, trees maybe. Okay, well, I think then we're gonna go with the Forester. We're gonna say, don't do it there. People need to make it to work. And maybe that's good enough. I hope. I don't know, we'll find out. Okay, so We got 4 people unemployed. Where are the jobs at? We have so many berries. Okay. Shoot, what could we do with berries? I already forgot. We could make mead with the expansion of having like a tavern. But that requires space that we do not have. So I think we may need to expand our land. And it seems like our income is doing okay enough to be able to do so. And then we can increase housing space. Because, yeah, we are running out. Let's cross the river. Costs 100. Okay, well, as soon as they have money, I will do that. What do you mean it's still blocked? What? Okay, you can't go where you want to go. What are you stuck on? Where are you trying to go? Barnabuccio? You just can't cut the trees, or you can't make it to church? I don't know what you're complaining about. That was yesterday. And you still can't reach the bailiff office. Why? Why isn't it possible? Is it because it's over here, so literally that can't be walked on? That doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's take a look at this big old book of help that may or may not be useful. Block. Path? Roads. Paved roads can upgrade dirt paths. Paved roads decay and must be repaired. That's not necessarily what we're looking for. Okay. Assigning workers. Is there going to be any mention as to make sure they can make it somewhere and how that might be useful? Unlocking buildings, royal book, no. Wheel? Assigning villagers. Nope. Storage and transportation. Nope. Markets. No. Production chain. Okay, villagers assigned to... Okay, that answers the question that we had last time, which was who takes the logs from a woodcutter and takes it to the sawmill? It's the people who work at the sawmill. Okay. Doesn't answer my question of what I need now. Tavern meal. Okay. Editing buildings. Nope. You can move and rotate any building parts. If I scoot this one over, edit, and move the whole thing over. Nope, nope, everything. Can I group them all together? I want to move it all. Manor house as a whole. back into it. Okay. Moving. Editing buildings. Double-clicking a building part will let you select all connected parts simultaneously. Are these not all connected? You can move and rotate any building parts. Some can be scaled up and down. Multi-part buildings can be improved with new parts. Monuments can be improved with additional parts and sub-buildings. Okay, unpause. I just want to shift click because that's how it works with Windows stuff. It's unfortunate. Okay. Edit building. Just want to scoot it all. I want to scoot the whole thing all together. Select all at once, please. Yeah, it's all selected, right? All of them are connected. I just want to... No. Do I have to manually do each piece of this? That's a little goofy. I don't love that. But maybe moving that building will then make it so that the bailiff can make it to work on time or something. Okay, this is already getting messy. Okay. You need to be scooted back, because you matched here. Then you were on the back, but you can't fit there anymore. Okay, well. Scoot you over some more, but like forward. You stay out here. You connect there. You connect center. You were connected here. You were there. And you were there. This is just Wizard of Oz. You were there. And you were there. Okay. This was... something like that. Yeah, okay, sure. And then you are gonna be... Oh, yep, see, look, it's got a red arrow saying that nobody can make it to the door. Look at that. We solved it eventually. What a mess. And I thought it was something else. Okay, and it costs money and resources to move buildings. Who knew? Okay, working on it. Okay. Alright. That is that out of the way, I suppose. Okay. Oh, hello. Welcome. All 7 unemployed people that I have now in my space. Okay, I'm about to get more money, then I can buy more territory, and then I'll be able to expand both residential area and also the church, which will help with a myriad of things. And then I can also start working on getting additional building types for people to work at. If I can wait just a little bit longer, I'll have the money so that I can do everything that I possibly need to do. Yeah, no, absolutely. I understand. Living with parents is sometimes rough. Okay, we're gonna go territory. And we're crossing the river this time, folks. And I think we're gonna do this one. Done. Mineral deposits were discovered nearby. Interesting. And now... Oh, you know what I just realized? I don't think I have the ability to build bridges. Sure don't. Well, I have the land across the river and no way to get to it, so let's just wait a little bit. And then hopefully this guy will give us enough money to be able to research bridges. And then maybe we'll have enough money to build the bridge and then be able to start building housing over there. Because if I just paint residential right now, I can. But I don't think anyone can get to it. I guess we'll find out. Oh, cool. We got enough money. We're good. Let's go. Progression. Bridge. Okay. We're out of stone. Well, we have too much stone is what they're actually saying. Okay, and the stonemason's doing his thing. And they've got a couple polished stones, not too many. Okay. And you know, I'm gonna go here and build us a bridge. Only costs 5 planks. I guess. For the length that it currently is. How do I just click and drag maybe? Let's find out. Okay, yeah, immediately costs so much more. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. That won't do it, but that will. But it then extends so far on the other side, and it costs 55 planks. I guess I've got them, but that's not very pretty. I don't like that. Okay, let's... Ooh, okay. And then you can also start beautifying with different types instead of just the basic wooden bridge. Okay, what does a king post look like? Well, that's also... How do I... Is that just an addition? Okay, it's just a truss to add on to your wooden bridge. Got it. Okay, I don't want you right now. We'll do the trusses after the fact. I guess maybe we start... Oh boy. Sorry, everyone. I think this is probably going to be the area. Okay, I'm going to do that, and then we're going to do that and spend 65 on it. Yeah, that's good for me. What a tall bridge. Neat. And then we're going to add the ends of covered trusses. Right there. Right? Sure. I suppose that looks nice. And then... I'm sorry, does that mean... Okay, cool, you can connect it there. It's like, is it just going to be free-floating? That's crazy. I guess you can't do it on angled bits, perhaps? It's kind of hard to tell. A little frustrating in the way that that mechanic connects or doesn't. Okay. Put another covered one here. And here. And not there. An end. Hello? Nope, I guess no end for you. And then these trusses are not a thing. Man, that looks terrible. But I guess it's going to give me more beautification and raise the desirability of the surrounding land, so maybe we can fix it later. And oh boy, it's getting late, friends. I think I will go just for a short while longer, maybe like 5 minutes. It would be nice to just like have a clear goal of like, hey, as soon as I complete this thing, well, I guess we could influence the labor estate, and that's an easy thing to hopefully just call on that and say, hey, look, we did it. Nope, I lied. That's going to cost 50 coins that we don't have. We've only got 20. Yeah, I will say, I have gotten into it more recently, and, like, back into it, and I found that maybe I just didn't understand it when I was younger in a way that made sense, based on the fact that it's very much like interlocking grid pattern type thing. It's a whole lot easier to like make it line up in a way that feels more satisfying than kind of how this went here. I guess maybe you can't add to ramps or something, or maybe it's a mechanic that I'm not familiar with here. But it does also help that there's kind of like modded support for Roller Coaster Tycoon. I found a mod called OpenRCT2, and it adds kind of a whole lot more customizability and kind of makes it flow better. There's a lot of quality of life improvements that I felt worked really well. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't think that there's anything here that we're going to easily complete by the time that we need to call it for the evening. So, yeah, I think maybe just another 2 minutes, and we'll go from there. I guess technically we could wait for the bridge to be finished. Maybe we'll speed up time and see how things go. But man, I need to get going on employing people. I think maybe we make another church building on the other side of town, because expanding this one might be hard with the space that we currently have available. I will say though, as far as Roller Coaster Tycoon is concerned, I have always just been terrible at making a functional roller coaster, like piece by piece. I know that that's an attraction that a lot of people really like about the game, of building your own roller coasters and making them functional. But I feel like I have an idea of how I want it to go, but then somehow I need to make it like connect at the end, and then it ends up being either too intense for people to actually want to go on the ride, or so mild that nobody wants to go on the ride. Like, those are both things that just people don't want to ride the ride because I make it bad. But, you know, I can continue to work on it. It's not like it's a huge deal. Alright, so we have what looks to be a functional bridge, and then they're just adding the beauty elements to it. Which means that people can cross and start building houses, which is where the planks are maybe going. No, they just brought it to the top here, because that's where that beautification's going. I guess just real quick, I'll throw a church up over here, and we'll call it good. We'll go with a major. Just right up across the bridge. It's real nice. What do you mean village path blocked? Aparicio, where are you at? Where are you trying to go? 5 planks to the bridge. Why are you going up here to the bridge? That's not correct. Maybe that's why it says that you can't find the right place. Oh, you're taking a nap right now, I think. Never mind, I don't know where you went. That's fine. Alright, church time. What do you want? Prestigious burg, royal office strewn with law books and missives. The seneschal listens to your plea and declares your village shows promise but is not yet ready. Focus on the essentials. Build a tavern to delight your commoners, welcome travelers, and grow your coffers. We have work to do. Sure, we'll throw that up. Okay, and we've got the resources. We might as well make this one a little bit larger so that the amount of people can also be increased. The population of it. can hold 48 as is. I think we'll do a major bell tower here. And we'll bring it up here. Maybe we'll put it on the building that sits higher. Yeah, okay. And then we'll do a humble gate. Oh boy. And that's all that's required for that one. Let's throw another wooden cross or two over here. On the hillside. Alright, perfect. That has been assigned. And this is done. So now people can cross, which means hopefully housing can be expanded. There is no immigration because my employment is so terrible. Well, as soon as I got a church, well, I can assign one person. Okay, cool. Employment is now back to low instead of nothing. Alright, friends, I think we're going to call it there for now. I'm just going to save it real quick. And we are going to move on here. We're going to overwrite our save. All right. Well, thanks very much for joining me today. It's been a real pleasure. I hope everything goes well for everyone involved, and I hope you have a good evening and a good night, and we'll see you again soon. Have a good one.